Hey guys, welcome back. I have some very exciting videos coming up on my channel, so if you are not subscribed, you will want to do that now so you don't miss those. So this is the very first video in my Marathon Recollections review. I do have all of the Recollections planners. I did ask you guys on Instagram whether or not you guys wanted me to do a whole long video or to separate them into many of them. So there are going to be many videos coming up reviewing all of the Recollections planners. Now at the beginning of the year I actually compared the Erin Condren to the Recollections planner, so if you guys want to see that video I will put a little card over here. I thought that this time I would actually compare the old Recollections planner to the new Recollections planner, so if you guys want to see the differences between these two, then just stay tuned and keep on watching. So the first thing I want to mention is that all of these Recollections planners are available at Michael's stores only. They're also available online. They retail for $29.99, but you guys know if you shop at Michael's you can get some awesome coupons. I believe they're actually on sale right now for 40% off, so that makes it $18, which is an amazing value. Also, these are the same exact size as they were at the beginning of the year, so it is 7.5 inches by 9.25 inches. Now the old one here was only offered as a 12-month planner, where this one actually is an 18-month planner. One more big difference before we actually get into the insides here. When I did my Erin Condren comparison, the Erin Condren coil was amazingly bigger than the Recollections coil, which is right here. You guys can see that Recollections upgraded their coil, so it is much larger. I don't know if that is going to be the case if they start putting out their 12-month planner and then revert to the small coil, since I didn't see any 12-month planners on the shelves yet. So that was one big difference. I'm so glad that they upgraded the coil. You guys know, as a sticker makers, we want to have the biggest coil possible. Alright, so let's go ahead and go over the covers. You guys can see I chose unicorns at the beginning of the year, and then of course I had to choose a unicorn again. Look at how gorgeous that is. It's like a metallic unicorn on the inside here, and then this fun shaker pocket. Let's actually take this off. You guys can see they are removable covers, and then you guys can shake all of this stuff around. Oh my goodness, is that crazy? Alright, and let's go ahead and actually take this cover off so you guys can see whether or not these covers are interchangeable themselves. I did do a video on the Recollections covers and the Erin Condren covers to see if they all fit. If you guys want to see that video, I'll also link that up above if you guys want to check that out. Alright, so let's put this one on the old planner here. Yes, so that is actually a perfect fit, which is awesome. So you can actually use your old covers on your new Recollections planner if you like. So let's go ahead and put these guys back on for you. Okay, so let's get into this guy. So the cover here actually on the reverse side is super cute. It has just cute little polka dots on the inside. Same thing with the older design. This one has just cute little sprinkles. And then on the other side here is just the nameplate. So you guys can see here, the newer one has more of like a cleaner, crisp look to it. So it's just all black ink, where the older one is really fun, bright colors, and obviously a bigger and bolder print here. Alright, and then the next page is actually your year at a view. They have the 2017 on the left hand side here, and then all of 2018 on the right. On the old planner it is just a little different, so there's just a few changes here. You can see on the new one they have a bar of color up at the top with 2017 in white. On the older one it's just all white all the way around it, and then the colored print on Sunday through Saturday here with some really fun font on the old one. And then on the new one they're using a darker black color. I guess it's more of like a charcoal black. It's not like a deep black color, and then it looks like a brush stroke of paint across it. They also use blue ink to mark the days that are actually not in January, so these are pretty much grayed out. That is a little strange because it looks like the blue is popping out a little bit more than the black here. So I think that I would probably have preferred it to gray out just like they did in the old planner here. So that is the same on the right hand side. So another 2018, exactly the same as the old planner here. The next page I saw was a little bit different. So they actually have 2 pages of important dates. I thought that this was a very cute addition. I really like the little yellow like half circle in the corner here. It says 2017. So this is the important dates from January to December, so you guys can write in things that you want to remember, use it for goals or weight tracking. I see people use these pages for a ton of different things. And then they also included a 2018. So I like that, especially if you're doing goal tracking, you can see where your goals should be for 2018, where the older planner just had the 1 page here, so it had the important dates and a little flag up top. There wasn't actually a 2017 or 18 date on here, and then it just said January to December. Also, one other thing I want to point out is that the lines are actually all polka dots, just teeny little dots on the old one, where this one is like just a clean, crisp line all the way across. Now the next page is a little bit different than every other month because the dashboard usually, like let me show you what I'm talking about. So August here does have a note page, and then that goes for the same with every other month. This is the only one that actually does not have a note page, so this one has your important contacts up front. I would probably prefer a note section here and have the important contacts in the back of the planner. That way it is consistent throughout the planner. But regardless, I do think that this is a really nice touch to have inside the planner. They did also have that for the old planner as well. It is a little bit different. You guys can see they went with the little flag theme, and then it has the name, address, phone, email, and birthdays. So the same exact setup, except they gave you 2 different lines for the new planner here. It's also in like a cute little blue box. I do love that. It does look a little bit more bright and fun on the new page here. It does seem like this does have a little bit more room to write in because they didn't constrict you to that little box, but it does look like you do have enough room, especially since they gave you 2 lines for the address. All right, so let's get into this guy. I'm going to go over the monthly pages and the weekly pages, and then I will just go over what each one of the dashboards looks like for each month. They do have only 5 colors for this planner, so it's pink, yellow, teal, mint, and black, and then they just rotate those same colors for the next couple of months. So this one is super cute. It is the pink color with a really fun dashboard here. For July of last year in the old planner, or I guess it should say this year, for the old planner though, it does have a quote on the front of the dashboard here. Do mix it up. It does seem like they put quotes every other one, I would say, on the old one and on the new one. So let's get into the monthly view here. Oh my gosh, so adorable. I love the inside right away. I can see the first thing that I noticed is that there's this pink little bar up top here, and you guys know as a sticker maker I can totally cover that up, especially with the white border around it. So you guys can see the old planner actually doesn't have a border, and I really did not like that about this planner because the bar went all the way into the coil, so I wasn't able to cover up the actual color in the coil. It is a very pretty color, so it wasn't that big of a deal, but now I have no problem at all. So on the left hand side you guys can see up top here they have the date, so July 2017. They actually have that in the the left-hand corner this time, so you guys can see there's actually no note page on the left-hand side, but there is in the new planner here. Also, one other big difference that I see is that the new one has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday on the left-hand side, where the old planner actually has Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, which is the same setup for Erin Condren. So if you do have monthly Erin Condren stickers, that's not going to fit perfectly here because you are missing one whole day. So you will have to trim your stickers to use in the new Recollections planner. All right, so let's just go over the other differences that I see on this side before showing you the notes section on the right-hand side here. So the one other difference I see are the little flags are missing in the new one. So this one had cute little green flags. My actual monthly kits actually did cover up these flags, so it didn't really bother me. Now it does not matter at all. You can have little circles again, a little hearts, and they will be able to fit both planners. All right, let's look at the Independence Day. So this one is more of a lighter font, but it's more like cursive, very pretty. This one's more bold, definitely stands out, and it is a darker color. I guess the only other difference besides the sidebar are these are little like quarter boxes where they actually triangle the days here. I guess that this actually gives you a little bit more room, although you guys are not going to be able to use your like long like money signs on the triangle here, but I can see some sticker shops coming out with really fun stickers for these triangle ones, and you can use them in here as well. So that is the only difference on that side. Let's go ahead and show you the note section. So on the older one here, you see the notes are up top here. It says notes. This one does not. It goes all the way down. It also is a little bit longer, so I know that when I put down my little boxes here, it did not actually cover up the actual line in the note, so you can see those popping through, where this one actually looks like they're a little bit smaller, so it will probably cover them up perfectly fine. It goes all the way down to this green bar here where you can actually put in more, like I put in social media, things like that down here, just cute little stickers. But on this side, you actually have two calendars here, which I think is a little odd. You have June, which was last month, and then August the following month. I think that that is a lot of space. I definitely think it is not needed, especially since we already have a look at all of that right here. I just think that is wasted space in my opinion, but I do think that it's going to be fine to just cover up. It doesn't look like it is too dark to cover up with stickers. Let's go ahead and actually test that out. I'm gonna put down this month. So this is a look at my July monthly, and I definitely am going to be putting out a video using these stickers in the brand new Erin Condren soon. All right, so that fits perfectly well. Let's go ahead and get like another box. So these boxes are made to actually fit inside the Erin Condren boxes. They were a little bigger, I think. I can't remember if they were bigger. Yeah, it looks like they're a touch bigger on the older ones. And these boxes actually look like they might be bigger this time around. And yes, I am totally right. So these boxes are actually bigger. So that is great news. Okay, so let's just go ahead and put this here. Yeah, so that's probably what I would do, is just cover those up, or even use some of my empty boxes. So these boxes you can put right on top of here. And then you can write in other little things that you want rather than this calendar here. So that is perfect, actually. I think that people are actually going to enjoy that. All right, so let's move on to the weekly pages here. So you guys can see this is the vertical version, which I am comparing to the one that I have here. This is the only one that I have to compare. So all of the other videos that are going to be coming up are just going to be reviews without comparing to another planner. All right, so let's just actually keep this here so we can see the big difference. All right, so the one big thing that I see is in the corner here, it's June, a humongous longest flag, definitely big, bold, and bright. It says 2017, where this one here is black, and so it is a little bit more neutral, cleaner look, and then a white background. I also want to mention that this says June and this says July. So there are actually remaining days left in June here, so it is a little confusing that this says July when these are actually June days, and then July is actually in pink over here, so it's the 1st and 2nd for July. I would have liked them to actually note that this was the start of July, or even just keep the June here. I think that that would have been better. I'm not quite sure if that was just a mistake or a flaw, maybe just an oversight that they just didn't see. All right, so they do have all of the notes on the left-hand side still. So this one is in black. It says a little flag here, where this one is goals for the week, and then it is a bar all the way across. A big box in pink, and that goes all the way to the end of the pages here. So stickers, if you did use it, if you didn't actually make a big long sticker to fit this whole box here, which I didn't see a lot of shops do, you would see the little pink coming through. On here, you are not going to see any of that because it is white, so that is great. The only thing that is all the way across is the notes, which is totally fine. I do see a lot of people, including myself, using more washi in their spread, so you can just take a piece of washi and cover that up. At the bottom here you have lined notes, and then on the left hand side here, the new planner, there is a pink bar that does go all the way across, which is totally fine. You can just cover that up again with washi. I do find it interesting that they thought that they had to include another little bar of color here to separate the boxes, because I mean, you guys know most of us are going to create our own little boxes regardless of this, so that is fine. One other thing, all of the lines here on the old planner are big, bold, straight lines, where on the new one, this is actually a dotted version of it, so it doesn't have like a continuous line. It also cuts off when it comes to this little bar and doesn't go all the way down, which is a little bothersome. I would prefer them to just like keep on going with the little dots here. And then at the bottom here, you guys can see there are little dots here separating the boxes. This one has a dark pink line and then a pink box all the way across, where this one actually has lines all the way across. And I actually like that because you can write in paragraphs. You don't have to be stuck to like writing a little to-do list down each box, but you can just keep notes in your planner if you want to do it that way. So it's almost having like a little horizontal planner in your vertical planner at the same time. And then I also noticed that the days are completely different as well. So the new one has a little black dot with the number in the center here, where this one is a very large, more whimsical, cute little font here, and then the actual day looks about the same, like might be actually the same font, where this one is a little bit more grayed out, subtle look to it, and then this one is a darker, bolder look to it. So I think that those are the only differences on the weekly view. Let's turn this over and make sure on the right here. Yeah, so it looks like that is the only differences that I see here. So let's go ahead and show you the rest of the insides of the new planner here. All right, so let's go over all of the monthly dashboards here, and then I will go through the note pages and the end of the planner with all the little goodies and compare them to the old planner. So you guys can see what I was talking about, where the note section was on the left-hand side. Oh, there is one little difference here. So this one is like a half circle up top, where the old planner has a large flag like halfway through it up top, but that is the only difference that I can see between the two. You have my actual note page sticker set. It will cover this up perfectly fine. And then look at this gorgeous dashboard here. So pink and this beautiful yellow. I love those two colors together, so pretty. We'll go ahead and show you each one of the months as well. So that was a look at all of the months. So let's go ahead and go over the note pages. The notes are a little bit different. So there are actually 13 pages in both of them. So they didn't take away or exclude any of them. Up top here, they have the little half circle where on the old one that they had the large flag that I showed earlier. They also have a couple of pages where the border is actually all the way across, so it goes right into the coil. They took that off of the new one. So most of these are just the lined pages with the half circle up top, and then the other half of them are graph paper with little flags up top. They do have a couple of graph papers in the old one here, but you guys can see it is a bit different. So the old one has a larger boxes for their graph. This one is a little bit smaller. This print is actually bolder though, so you can see the lines a little bit clearer. This flag you can see is a lot larger than this one, and then there is a smaller strip, and then this one is a larger strip here. Let's see, does this go into the coil? Yeah, so this one does go into the coil, which is totally fine. I don't see myself using a ton of stickers that need to cover all of that up top. They're also in this one, I believe there's a couple, yes, so there's a couple blank pages in this one as well, where the rest of this is actually the graph paper here. So let's go over the fun stickers. So the stickers are a little bit different in both of them. Let's do a side-by-side comparison so you guys can see what I'm talking about here. Okay, so this is the new one and this is the old one. So it has the day off stickers, also has a large section of game day. This one has some extra happy hour stickers. This one's all vacation and then all business trips, so that is the same. This one says event and appointments, where this one actually has doctors and dentist appointments rather than just straight appointments, and then it goes to hair appointments all the way down. So I like that. That is nice. You can put in whatever appointment rather than just saying what this is. This one up here has all of the appointments all the way down. This one has some really fun party time stickers and then all happy birthday stickers here. And then the party time stickers are down here. And then the last column are a ton of happy birthday stickers. And then this one has a few concert, wedding, big day, and night out. I like that they actually changed these up a bit and included some different ones. But this color pattern here is just absolutely gorgeous. It's like an ombre color that goes from dark to light. I don't know if that is picking up on camera. And the colors are just so gorgeous, where these are like bolder, bigger colors. Some people may prefer that. I just preferred this color pattern better. All right, so let's get to the next page. All right, so the next page is identical to last year's. The only differences are really the colors, and then some of them have different quotes. It looks like they just kind of mix them around and use some of the same quotes but in different areas. All right, and then the same thing for the next sheet of stickers here. So some of them have words on it, some of them they took off, and then they just changed up some of the words. So that is the only difference that I can see here so far. Yeah, so this one says create, this one says relax, but it's the same actual sticker set up here. All right, and then the last sheet of stickers is exactly the same again, just different colors. So all of the emojis up top here, this one's a light yellow color, and this one's more of a dark orange. I just think these are so adorable, and they look even cuter than these orange ones. I think maybe it's because the pink here, it's like a bubblegum pink color. It's so pretty. And then all of these icons are exactly the same. The only difference, like I said, is the color. So let's move on to the back of the planner here. So both of them actually have the same exact file pocket. So a large pocket on the left-hand side, and then on the right-hand side is the same exact pocket. So it is a deep pocket on both sides, which I absolutely love. You guys know that Erin Condren's actually doing a small small little pocket on the right hand side here. It's fun to mix things up, but I actually prefer these larger pockets to hold all of my stickers and little books and stuff inside here. Also, one other thing that I wanted to note is that these files are actually double-sided, so it is a lot thicker material, so I feel like it is a little bit safer and less flimsy. Now, both of them come with a zipper pocket. This is actually attached to the planner here. Erin Condren used to attach hers to her planner, but now she actually has it detachable and includes a little coil clip so you can actually clip it onto your planner. So it is nice to have it that way. I actually prefer mine attached to my planner. That way there is no way that I'm actually going to lose this pocket. All right, so let's take a look at the end cover here. It is a little bit different than last year, so you guys can see on this one there's actually a big dashboard here, so you guys can write on this with a dry erase marker. That is a nice addition. Last year they actually did not have that, so it's just a really fun print though on the back here. Let's take a look at the back side of the cover here. So this cover is adorable. It has some really pretty pastel stripes on the back here, and then last year, so you guys can see, it was like the back side of the unicorn here. It says, "You are magical." So that was a look at the Vertical Recollections planner. So the old version compared to the new version. I will be having tons of reviews on all of the Michael's Recollections planners coming up on my channel. So if you guys have any questions or comments or specific things that you want to know about this planner, definitely let me know down below and I will try and answer those. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel because there will be some fun giveaways with these planners. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!